Aging is a journey, and with it comes profound wisdom and clarity about what truly matters. In this video from Buddhist Mindfulness, we explore the kinds of gatherings that, as we grow older, may no longer serve our peace, health, and happiness. By avoiding these situations, you can prioritize what brings genuine joy and connection. Let's embark on this journey together, and I'll share personal insights and thought-provoking examples to guide you in making mindful choices. Stay with us to the end, where we'll uncover valuable lessons that can transform your approach to life. Number 1, negative gossip circles. Gossip, often seen as harmless banter, can be a silent destroyer of trust and community. Negative gossip circles, in particular, thrive on the spread of rumors and unkind remarks, creating an atmosphere of toxicity and division. These circles drain your energy, weigh heavily on your emotional well-being, and can even tarnish your perspective on relationships. To truly understand the impact of such environments, let's explore their dynamics, consequences, and the steps one can take to break free and cultivate positivity. At their core, gossip circles often begin innocently enough. A casual comment about someone's behavior, appearance, or choices might snowball into a larger, more damaging discussion. These conversations are fueled by shared opinions, assumptions, and a sense of camaraderie among participants. Ironically, the sense of belonging these circles create is often misleading and superficial. Participants may feel united while discussing others, but this unity is based on negativity rather than mutual respect or shared goals. Consider the retired teacher who joins a community coffee group. Initially, these meetings provide her with companionship and an opportunity to stay socially active. Over time, however, the focus shifts from lighthearted topics to relentless gossip about neighbors, family members, and past colleagues. The group's discussions center on pointing out flaws, criticizing others' choices, and relishing in others' misfortunes. Though she initially participates, the retired teacher begins to feel uneasy. Each meeting leaves her feeling more disheartened and emotionally drained than before. Engaging in or being exposed to negative gossip has profound emotional consequences. These include erosion of trust. When gossip becomes the norm, trust within the group diminishes. Members may wonder if they will be the next target once absent. 2, increased anxiety. Constant exposure to negativity can heighten feelings of anxiety or inadequacy, especially if the conversations hit close to home. 3, lowered self-worth. Being part of a toxic environment can make individuals question their values and integrity, particularly if they're pressured to conform. 4, emotional exhaustion. Negative energy is contagious. Leaving a gossip circle often leaves individuals feeling emotionally spent and uninspired. For our retired teacher, the shift in group dynamics becomes too much. What once was a source of joy becomes a burden, and she finds herself dreading these gatherings. She recognizes that staying involved is not worth the emotional toll it takes on her well-being. Breaking away from a gossip circle is not always easy, especially when friendships and social connections are involved. However, prioritizing one's emotional health and overall happiness often requires making tough decisions. Here are some steps to consider. 1, self-reflection. Start by acknowledging the impact the gossip circle has on your life. Ask yourself if these interactions uplift or drain you. Reflect on the values you want to uphold. Set boundaries. Politely but firmly steer conversations away from gossip. For example, when negative talk arises, redirect the discussion to a neutral or positive topic. 3, seek like-minded communities. Look for groups or activities that align with your values. For our retired teacher, joining a local meditation group proved transformative. Instead of gossip, these sessions focus on mindfulness, inner peace, and mutual growth. 4, be honest. If you feel comfortable, gently express your discomfort with the gossiping. This might inspire others in the group to reconsider their behavior as well. Limit exposure. If the environment remains toxic despite your efforts, it may be time to step away entirely. Invest your energy in spaces that foster positivity and personal development. Choosing gatherings that inspire rather than drain your spirit leads to numerous benefits. These include 1, enhanced emotional well-being. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can improve your mood, reduce stress, and increase overall happiness. 2, stronger relationships. Positive environments encourage trust, empathy, and genuine connections. Personal growth. Being part of uplifting communities can inspire creativity, learning, and self improvement. 4, increased resilience. Positivity equips individuals with the emotional strength to navigate life's challenges more effectively. For our retired teacher, the decision to join a meditation group opens a new chapter in her life. The group's focus on shared growth and mindfulness creates an atmosphere of encouragement and mutual respect. She finds herself looking forward to these meetings where she feels truly seen and valued. The story of the retired teacher serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of intentional choices in social interactions. It underscores the need to be selective. Not all social gatherings are equal. Invest your time in spaces that align with your values and goals. Cultivate awareness. Pay attention to how your surroundings affect your emotions and energy levels. Prioritize self-care. Recognize that it's okay to step away from environments that harm your well-being. Encourage positivity. Lead by example, showing that meaningful conversations and connections don't require negativity. Negative gossip circles may initially seem harmless or even entertaining, but their long-term effects can be deeply damaging. By stepping away and seeking more positive environments, individuals can reclaim their energy, nurture their emotional health, and foster genuine connections. The choice to leave a toxic circle is a courageous one, but it opens the door to a life filled with greater joy, purpose, and fulfillment. Number 2, high-stress family events. Family is often seen as a source of love, support, and connection. However, not every family event fosters these positive emotions. Many of us have experienced the discomfort of high-stress family gatherings, situations where tension, conflict, or unresolved issues overshadow the joy of being together. These events can range from holiday dinners filled with awkward conversations to reunions where old rivalries resurface, leaving participants emotionally drained. Imagine a father named John who dreads attending family reunions. Every year, these gatherings turn into battlegrounds of disagreement and misunderstanding. Family members argue over trivial matters or rehash long-standing conflicts, creating an atmosphere of hostility. For John, these events are far from uplifting. They're emotionally exhausting. Instead of looking forward to reconnecting with his relatives, he begins to see these reunions as obligations he'd rather avoid. Over time, he decides to prioritize his mental well-being. He opts to meet only with family members who bring him genuine joy and peace. Smaller lunches or one-on-one interactions become his preferred way to connect, allowing him to foster deeper, more meaningful relationships without the added stress. John's experience highlights a critical insight. Your mental well-being outweighs any societal or familial obligation to participate in high-stress events. While family bonds are important, they should not come at the cost of your emotional health. Here, we'll explore the dynamics of high-stress family events, their impact on mental health, and strategies to navigate them effectively. High-stress family events are often fueled by unresolved issues, clashing personalities, or unrealistic expectations. Common triggers include 1. Unresolved conflicts. Past disagreements that were never addressed can resurface during gatherings, reigniting old wounds. 2. Diverse perspectives. Political, religious, or lifestyle differences can lead to heated debates, especially if family members feel the need to assert their views. 3. Pressure to conform. Expectations around behavior, appearance, or achievements can create an atmosphere of judgment and comparison. 4. Overcrowded settings. Large gatherings can be overwhelming, especially for introverts or those with social anxiety. Number 5. Alcohol and stress. Alcohol, often present at family events, can lower inhibitions and escalate tensions, turning minor disagreements into major conflicts. These dynamics can make family events feel like a minefield, where one wrong move can trigger an emotional explosion. For individuals like John, the emotional toll of such events can be significant. Participating in high-stress family events can have various negative effects on mental health, including 1. Increased anxiety. Anticipating conflicts or awkward interactions can lead to heightened stress levels before the event even begins. 2. Emotional exhaustion. Engaging in tense conversations or mediating disputes can drain emotional energy, leaving participants feeling depleted. 3. Strained relationships. Frequent exposure to conflict can weaken familial bonds, leading to resentment or estrangement. 4. Lower self esteem. Comparisons or critical comments from family members can undermine self confidence, especially in vulnerable individuals. 5. Physical symptoms. Chronic stress from repeated exposure to high stress events can manifest physically, causing headaches, fatigue, or digestive issues. Recognizing these impacts is the first step toward protecting your mental well being. While it's natural to want to maintain family connections, it's essential to set boundaries that prioritize your emotional health. Strategies for navigating high stress family events. 1. Set clear boundaries. Decide in advance what you're willing to tolerate and communicate these boundaries to your family. For instance, if political debates are a source of stress, let others know you prefer not to discuss such topics. 2. Limit time spent. If a full day gathering feels overwhelming, plan to attend for a shorter period. Arriving late or leaving early can help you enjoy the positive aspects of the event without overexposing yourself to stress. 3. Bring an ally. Having a supportive family member or friend by your side can make stressful events more manageable. They can serve as a buffer or provide an escape route when tensions rise. 4. Focus on positive interactions. Seek out family members who uplift and support you. Engaging in meaningful conversations with them can make the overall experience more enjoyable. 5. Practice self-care. Before and after, prepare for high-stress events by engaging in calming activities beforehand, such as meditation or exercise. After the event, take time to decompress and recharge. 6. Have an exit plan. If the event becomes too stressful, it's okay to leave. Prepare a polite excuse in advance, such as needing to attend to another commitment to ensure a graceful exit. 7. Seek professional support. If family conflicts are deeply entrenched or particularly harmful, consider seeking guidance from a therapist. They can help you develop coping strategies and navigate difficult relationships. While high-stress family events can be challenging, they also present an opportunity to reevaluate how you connect with your family. Instead of enduring large gatherings, consider creating smaller, more intentional moments. For instance, 1. One-on-one meetings. Spending quality time with individual family members allows for deeper conversations and stronger connections. A coffee date with your sibling or a walk with your parent can be more fulfilling than a chaotic family dinner. 2. Shared activities. Engaging in activities that everyone enjoys, such as cooking, hiking, or playing games, can create a positive and relaxed atmosphere. 3. Virtual gatherings. For families spread across different locations, virtual meetups can be a low-stress way to stay connected without the logistical challenges of in-person events. 4. Celebrate in your own way. Traditions are important, but they don't have to be rigid. Creating new traditions that align with your values and preferences can make family events more enjoyable. John's decision to prioritize his mental health by avoiding high-stress family reunions underscores a universal truth: your well-being matters. While family relationships are important, they should not come at the expense of your emotional health. It's possible to maintain meaningful connections without subjecting yourself to unnecessary stress. By setting boundaries, focusing on positive interactions, and creating intentional family moments, you can navigate the complexities of family dynamics while preserving your peace of mind. Remember, you have the right to choose how you engage with your family and to prioritize your mental health above all else. Number 3, physically overexerting events. As we age, understanding our physical capabilities and adjusting our activities accordingly becomes increasingly important. While staying active is a cornerstone of healthy aging, overexertion can lead to unnecessary strain, injuries, and long-term health issues. This delicate balance between maintaining physical activity and respecting our body's limitations is a lesson many individuals learn through personal experiences. Take the example of a senior hiking enthusiast. Her passion for the outdoors and love for hiking have been integral parts of her life. She relishes the challenge of conquering trails and the satisfaction of reaching breathtaking vistas. However, as the years passed, she began to notice subtle signs from her body indicating that it could no longer keep up with the rigorous demands of challenging treks. Determined not to let age define her, she joined her younger friends on a particularly strenuous hike. While she managed to complete the trek, the aftermath told a different story. Days of severe muscle soreness, exhaustion, and a lingering sense of discomfort overshadowed her accomplishment. This experience served as a wake up call, forcing her to reevaluate her approach to physical activity. Instead of giving up hiking altogether, she chose to adapt. Recognizing her changing abilities, she began organizing gentler nature walks with friends who shared her pace and interests. These walks allowed her to stay connected to nature, enjoy the camaraderie of like minded individuals, and maintain her physical health without overexerting herself. By making this adjustment, she found a renewed sense of joy in her activities, proving that embracing one's limitations doesn't mean giving up, but rather finding new ways to thrive. Physical overexertion occurs when the body's physical demands surpass its capacity to cope. This can happen in various forms, such as lifting heavy objects, performing high-intensity exercises, or participating in prolonged activities without adequate rest. The consequences of overexertion can range from mild discomfort, such as muscle soreness, to severe issues like joint injuries or cardiovascular strain. For seniors, the risks associated with overexertion are heightened due to natural age-related changes, including reduced muscle mass, decreased bone density, and slower recovery rates. Therefore, it becomes essential to recognize the signs of overexertion, which may include persistent muscle or joint pain, excessive fatigue, shortness of breath, increased heart rate during or after activity, dizziness, or lightheadedness. Acknowledging these signs and responding promptly can prevent potential health complications and ensure a more enjoyable experience with physical activities. The desire to push beyond physical limits often stems from societal expectations, personal pride, or the fear of appearing weak. Many individuals, especially those who have been active throughout their lives, struggle with accepting the natural decline in physical capabilities. This psychological barrier can lead to a pattern of overexertion, where individuals push themselves too hard to prove they are still capable. However, this mindset can be counterproductive. Rather than focusing on what one can no longer do, shifting the perspective to what one can still achieve, albeit in a modified form, can be empowering. For instance, our hiking enthusiast realized that while she might not conquer the steepest peaks, she could still explore beautiful trails at a pace that suited her body. Practical strategies to avoid overexertion. 1. Set realistic goals. Adjust your expectations to align with your current physical condition. Celebrate small victories and incremental progress rather than striving for unattainable benchmarks. 2. Listen to your body. Pay attention to signals such as fatigue, discomfort, or shortness of breath. Take breaks and modify activities as needed. 3. Incorporate rest and recovery. Rest days are as important as active days. Allowing your body to recover helps prevent overuse injuries and promotes overall well-being. 4. Choose appropriate activities. Opt for low-impact exercises like walking, swimming, or yoga that are gentle on the joints while providing cardiovascular and muscular benefits. 5. Stay hydrated and nourished. Proper hydration and nutrition play a crucial role in maintaining energy levels and aiding recovery. 6. Consult professionals. Seek guidance from fitness trainers or physical therapists who can design exercise routines tailored to your abilities and goals. Engaging in group activities with individuals of similar abilities can significantly enhance the experience. Participating in senior-focused exercise classes, walking clubs, or community sports teams fosters a sense of belonging and reduces the pressure to compete or keep up with younger peers. Our hiking enthusiast's decision to organize nature walks with friends illustrates the value of social support. These shared experiences not only provide physical benefits, but also promote mental and emotional well-being. The laughter, conversations, and shared appreciation for nature create lasting memories and strengthen bonds. Success in physical activities doesn't always have to be measured by intensity or distance. It can be about consistency, enjoyment, and the positive impact on one's overall health. By redefining what success means, individuals can focus on the quality of their experiences rather than the quantity or difficulty. For instance, our hiking enthusiast might take pride in discovering new trails, observing wildlife, or photographing beautiful landscapes. These achievements hold equal, if not greater, value than reaching the highest peaks. This shift in perspective enables her to continue pursuing her passion without compromising her well being. Aging gracefully involves accepting and adapting to change. While it's natural to feel a sense of loss when certain activities become more challenging, it's equally important to recognize the opportunities for growth and discovery that come with this phase of life. By respecting physical limits and prioritizing comfort, individuals can continue to lead active, fulfilling lives. Our hiking enthusiast's journey exemplifies this philosophy. Through her experiences, she has learned that aging isn't about giving up, but about finding new ways to enjoy the things she loves. By embracing gentler hikes, she continues to nurture her passion for nature, maintain her health, and inspire others to do the same. In conclusion, respecting your physical limits doesn't mean settling for less. It means choosing what's best for your body and mind. Prioritizing comfort over societal expectations allows you to lead a healthier, happier life while staying true to your passions. So lace up your walking shoes, invite a friend, and embark on a journey that celebrates the beauty of aging gracefully. Number 4, overly formal gatherings. Formal gatherings often carry an air of prestige and purpose, yet they can sometimes leave attendees feeling out of place or disconnected. This is especially true when such events become overly rigid, draining the spontaneity and warmth that make human interactions meaningful. In this exploration, we delve into the dynamics of overly formal gatherings, their impact on individuals, and the alternatives that can foster genuine connections. Formal events, by design, follow a structured format. These can range from corporate dinners and awards ceremonies to galas and networking events. Typically, they are steeped in tradition and adherence to etiquette, which can create a polished, if somewhat impersonal, atmosphere. While these events often aim to celebrate achievements or foster professional relationships, the formality can sometimes overshadow the human element of connection. Imagine attending a formal business dinner after retiring from the corporate world. Conversations revolve around industry jargon, current market trends, and career milestones, topics that may no longer resonate with someone who has stepped away from that sphere. This scenario highlights a common experience: feeling out of place. Such feelings can arise from mismatched priorities, differing life stages, or simply a lack of interest in the event's focus. For many, the pressure to conform to the expectations of formal gatherings can be exhausting. The necessity to dress a certain way, adhere to strict social norms, and engage in conversations that may not spark joy can make these events feel more like obligations than opportunities for genuine interaction. This sentiment is particularly pronounced for individuals who thrive in more relaxed, authentic environments. One individual's experience serves as a poignant example. After years of attending formal business dinners and feeling increasingly disconnected, they decided to start declining invitations. Instead, they began hosting informal dinners with close friends and family. The shift was transformative. Without the constraints of formality, these gatherings became spaces for laughter, storytelling, and heartfelt conversations. The decision to prioritize meaningful connections over societal expectations brought newfound joy and fulfillment. Declining an invitation to a formal event can feel daunting, especially when such events are tied to professional obligations or social expectations. However, recognizing one's own needs and boundaries is an empowering act. It allows individuals to reclaim their time and energy, directing them toward activities and relationships that bring genuine satisfaction. Research in social psychology suggests that overly formal environments can inhibit authentic self-expression. The pressure to adhere to strict social norms and project a polished image often leads individuals to adopt a facade, masking their true thoughts and feelings. This can result in superficial interactions that lack depth and emotional resonance. In contrast, informal settings tend to promote openness and vulnerability. The absence of rigid expectations creates a safe space for individuals to be themselves, fostering deeper connections. This distinction underscores the importance of context in shaping the quality of social interactions. While formal gatherings have their place, finding a balance between structure and spontaneity is key to creating events that are both meaningful and enjoyable. Organizers can incorporate elements that encourage genuine interaction, such as icebreaker activities, interactive sessions, or opportunities for unstructured mingling. These additions can help bridge the gap between formality and authenticity, making events more inclusive and engaging. For those who find formal events stifling, exploring alternative ways to connect with others can be immensely rewarding. Informal gatherings such as potlucks, game nights, or outdoor picnics offer a relaxed atmosphere where people can interact more naturally. These settings often encourage laughter, shared experiences, and a sense of community. Another alternative is the concept of salon gatherings, where small groups come together to discuss specific topics of interest in an intimate setting. This format combines the intellectual stimulation of formal events with the warmth and camaraderie of informal ones. By tailoring the structure to the preferences of the participants, these gatherings can strike a harmonious balance. Choosing which events to attend and how to spend one's time is ultimately a personal decision. Reflecting on past experiences can provide valuable insights into what types of gatherings bring joy and fulfillment. Questions to consider include: did I feel energized or drained after the event? Were the interactions meaningful and engaging? Did the event align with my values and interests? By answering these questions, individuals can identify patterns and make more intentional choices about their social engagements. Cultural and societal norms often dictate the formality of gatherings. In some cultures, formal events are deeply ingrained traditions that carry significant symbolic meaning. While these traditions can be enriching, they may also create tension for those who feel disconnected from their cultural roots or overwhelmed by the expectations. Navigating this tension requires a delicate balance between honoring tradition and asserting personal preferences. Open communication with family and community members can help bridge this gap, allowing individuals to participate in ways that feel authentic and respectful. For those who choose to attend formal events, finding ways to navigate them with ease can enhance the experience. Here are some practical tips. 1. Set intentions. Clarify your purpose for attending. Whether it's networking, celebrating a milestone, or supporting a loved one, having a clear intention can provide focus and motivation. 2. Find allies. Seek out familiar faces or like-minded individuals at the event. Connecting with others who share your perspective can make the experience more enjoyable. 3. Take breaks. If the event feels overwhelming, stepping outside or finding a quiet corner can help you recharge. 4. Be authentic. While it's important to respect the event's decorum, finding small ways to express your personality can make the experience more fulfilling. Ultimately, the freedom to choose how and where to invest one's social energy is a cornerstone of personal fulfillment. By prioritizing events and interactions that align with one's values and interests, individuals can cultivate a social life that feels both meaningful and enjoyable. Overly formal gatherings, while often well-intentioned, can sometimes stifle the very connections they aim to foster. Recognizing when such events no longer serve one's needs and exploring alternatives can lead to a more authentic and fulfilling social life. Whether it's through informal dinners, intimate discussions, or simply saying no, the choice to prioritize meaningful connections is a powerful step toward greater joy and well-being. Number 5, gatherings focused on excessive drinking or indulgence. Gatherings centered around excessive drinking or indulgence are often characterized by fleeting pleasures and hollow interactions. While such events may promise fun and excitement, they frequently leave attendees with regret, fatigue, and a sense of emptiness. For many, the temporary highs of these gatherings fail to compensate for the emotional and physical toll they exact. Instead of building lasting memories or meaningful connections, these events often result in superficial relationships and wasted opportunities for personal growth. Consider the experience of Robert, a man in his 60s, who recently attended a reunion party organized by an old friend. The party was extravagant, complete with an open bar and lavish food spreads. However, the main focus was indulgence. Endless rounds of drinks, loud music, and shallow conversations dominated the evening. As Robert navigated the crowd, he felt increasingly out of place. The discussions lacked depth, revolving primarily around old stories, drinking challenges, and fleeting amusements. Many of the guests seemed more interested in their glasses than in genuinely connecting with others. Robert tried to engage in meaningful conversations, but the environment wasn't conducive to thoughtful dialogue. The loud music drowned out quieter voices, and the intoxicated state of many guests made genuine engagement almost impossible. After an hour of attempting to find his footing, Robert decided to leave. The next day, he reflected on the experience and realized how much he'd outgrown such gatherings. Following this event, Robert decided to explore alternatives that aligned better with his evolving values and priorities. He began attending wellness retreats where the focus was on mindfulness, self care, and meaningful interactions. At these retreats, he met people who shared his interests in health, personal growth, and lifelong learning. The environment encouraged open conversations and mutual support, fostering connections that were not only meaningful but also transformative. One particular retreat stood out for Robert. Held in a serene countryside location, it offered activities like yoga, meditation, and workshops on sustainable living. The participants were diverse in age and background, but united by a shared commitment to personal and collective well-being. For Robert, these experiences became a source of inspiration and renewal. They reminded him of the importance of aligning his social life with his values and aspirations. It's easy to understand why gatherings focused on excessive drinking and indulgence can be appealing, especially for younger people or those seeking an escape from daily stress. Alcohol and indulgence often create a temporary sense of liberation, loosening inhibitions and fostering a false sense of camaraderie. The loud music, extravagant settings, and carefree atmosphere can feel intoxicating in their own right. For a few hours, attendees might feel as though they've escaped the mundane realities of life. However, the aftermath often tells a different story. Hangovers, fragmented memories, and the realization of missed opportunities for deeper connections can leave people questioning the value of such experiences. Over time, individuals who repeatedly engage in such events may find themselves craving something more substantial and fulfilling. The costs of attending gatherings centered on excessive drinking go beyond financial expenses. The physical toll of overindulgence, including hangovers, dehydration, and fatigue, is well documented. These effects can disrupt sleep patterns, reduce productivity, and negatively impact mental health. Moreover, the emotional toll of realizing the superficiality of these events can be significant. Many people leave such gatherings feeling disconnected, despite being surrounded by others. For those seeking meaningful connections, these environments can be particularly disheartening. The focus on alcohol and indulgence often overshadows opportunities for genuine interaction. Instead of engaging in thoughtful conversations or sharing memorable experiences, attendees might find themselves trapped in repetitive cycles of shallow exchanges and fleeting thrills. For individuals like Robert, finding alternatives to excessive gatherings can be life-changing. Here are some suggestions for more fulfilling social activities. 1. Wellness retreats. These events prioritize health, mindfulness, and personal growth. Participants can engage in activities like yoga, meditation, and workshops, fostering meaningful connections in a supportive environment. 2. Community service. Volunteering for a cause you care about can be a powerful way to connect with like-minded individuals while making a positive impact. 3. Art classes, writing groups, and other creative gatherings offer opportunities to learn new skills and bond over shared interests. 4. Book clubs or discussion groups. These gatherings encourage thoughtful dialogue and intellectual engagement, creating opportunities for deeper connections. 5. Outdoor adventures. Hiking, camping, and other outdoor activities promote physical well-being and provide a natural setting for meaningful conversations. 6. Cultural events. Attending concerts, theater performances, or museum exhibits can be both enriching and socially rewarding. It's essential to recognize that social gatherings don't have to be centered around indulgence to be enjoyable. By seeking out events and activities that align with your values and interests, you can create a social life that is both fulfilling and sustainable. This might mean saying no to invitations that don't resonate with you, or taking the initiative to organize gatherings that reflect your preferences. For example, hosting a potluck dinner with friends can be a wonderful way to connect without the pressure of excessive drinking. Similarly, planning a group outing to a local park or organizing a game night can provide opportunities for fun and bonding without compromising your well-being. The story of Robert illustrates the importance of aligning your social life with your values and priorities. While gatherings focused on excessive drinking and indulgence may offer temporary pleasures, they often fall short in providing the deeper connections and lasting memories that many people crave. By seeking out alternatives that nurture your well being and foster meaningful interactions, you can create a more fulfilling and balanced social life. Ultimately, the key is to be intentional about how you spend your time and with whom. By choosing gatherings that resonate with your values and aspirations, you can cultivate a social circle that supports your personal growth and enhances your overall quality of life. Number 6, drama filled reunions. Reunions are often seen as opportunities to reconnect, reminisce, and celebrate shared memories. However, they can also serve as arenas for unresolved tensions, subtle or overt competitions, and emotional triggers. Whether it's a high school reunion, a family gathering, or a workplace anniversary, these events can sometimes be filled with unexpected drama that challenges our inner peace. Take the story of Sarah, for example, a woman who attended her 10-year high school reunion with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The night began with laughter and nostalgic conversations, but soon took a turn. Sarah found herself navigating a minefield of competitive conversations about careers, marriages, and life achievements. A classmate bragged about their high paying job, while another detailed their seemingly perfect life on social media. The comparison game was in full swing, leaving Sarah feeling inadequate and drained. Realizing the toll it took on her mental health, she decided to skip future reunions. Instead, she prioritized quiet dinners with a few lifelong friends who offered genuine connection and support. This scenario isn't uncommon. Many people approach reunions with unspoken expectations to showcase personal growth, reconnect with lost acquaintances, or even resolve past conflicts. Yet, the reality often involves unanticipated emotional challenges. Here are some common sources of drama during reunions and how they can be addressed. 1. The comparison trap. Reunions often highlight life milestones, leading to a subconscious or conscious comparison of achievements. People may boast about their successes or subtly probe into others' lives, inadvertently making some feel inadequate. This is especially prevalent in high school or college reunions, where individuals may feel pressure to demonstrate that they have made it in life. How to cope, shift focus, remind yourself that everyone's journey is unique. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. Set boundaries. Politely redirect conversations if they become intrusive or competitive. For example, if someone asks about your salary or marital status, respond with humor or a neutral comment. Practice gratitude. Reflect on your own achievements and the aspects of your life that bring you joy, regardless of how they compare to others. 2. Unresolved conflicts. Old arguments or misunderstandings can resurface during reunions, especially in family gatherings or close-knit groups. A cousin's offhand comment or a former friend's cold shoulder can rekindle past hurt, making the event emotionally taxing. How to cope. Prepare mentally. Anticipate interactions that may be challenging and plan your responses in advance. Stay grounded. Focus on the present moment rather than rehashing the past. Mindfulness techniques like deep breathing can help. Know when to walk away. If a conversation becomes too heated or uncomfortable, it's okay to excuse yourself. 3. Social anxiety and overstimulation. Large gatherings can be overwhelming for those who are introverted or socially anxious. The pressure to make small talk, remember names, and navigate group dynamics can lead to feelings of stress and exhaustion. How to cope. Arrive early. Early arrivals can ease you into the event before it becomes crowded. Take breaks. Step outside or find a quiet corner to recharge if you feel overwhelmed. Bring a friend. Having a trusted companion can provide comfort and make the experience more enjoyable. 4. Unrealistic expectations. People often romanticize reunions, expecting them to rekindle lost friendships or provide closure. When reality falls short of these expectations, it can lead to disappointment. How to cope. Manage expectations. Accept that not everyone will be as invested in reconnecting as you are, and that's okay. Focus on positivity. Appreciate the moments of joy and connection, no matter how brief or fleeting. Let go of the past. Recognize that people change, and it's natural for relationships to evolve over time. 5. Pressure to impress. Reunions can feel like a stage where attendees perform their highlight reel. The pressure to appear successful, happy, and put together can lead to stress and inauthenticity. How to cope. Be authentic. Embrace your true self and resist the urge to embellish your achievements. Celebrate others. Shift the focus away from yourself by genuinely celebrating others' successes. Practice self-compassion. Remind yourself that you are worthy and valuable, regardless of external validation. Sarah's choice to prioritize her well-being over social obligations offers an important lesson. Reunions are optional, and it's okay to skip them if they jeopardize your mental health. Here are some strategies to maintain inner peace. 1. Evaluate your motives. Before attending a reunion, ask yourself why you want to go. If your reasons stem from obligation or fear of missing out, consider whether the experience aligns with your values and emotional needs. 2. Set intentions. Approach the event with a clear purpose, such as reconnecting with a specific person or simply enjoying the atmosphere without any expectations. 3. Practice self-care. Prioritize rest, hydration, and mental preparation before and after the event. Journaling your thoughts can also help process emotions. 4. Know your limits. If the environment becomes toxic or overwhelming, give yourself permission to leave early. Your peace of mind is more important than social etiquette. 5. Cultivate meaningful connections. Focus on building deeper relationships with a few trusted individuals rather than spreading yourself thin among acquaintances. Reunions have the potential to be heartwarming and enriching, but they can also expose us to challenges that test our resilience. By protecting our inner peace and approaching these events with mindfulness and authenticity, we can navigate them with grace and emerge stronger. Whether you choose to attend or abstain, the ultimate goal is to honor yourself and what brings you joy and fulfillment. Number 7, obligatory gatherings without connection. Life often presents us with situations where social norms compel us to attend gatherings, events, or parties that lack any real sense of connection or purpose. These occasions, though frequent, can leave us feeling drained and unfulfilled, as they rarely provide the emotional or intellectual nourishment we need. Let us delve into the reasons behind such gatherings, their impact on our lives, and how we can redefine our approach to them to foster more meaningful interactions and use our time more wisely. Obligatory gatherings are social events we attend out of a sense of duty, obligation, or societal expectations rather than genuine desire. These include events such as office parties, distant acquaintances' weddings, or community functions where we might not know anyone well. Often, we attend these events because we fear offending the host, breaking social norms, or being perceived as rude or antisocial. While such events might have their place in maintaining a broader social fabric, they often lack the ingredients necessary for fostering genuine human connection. Superficial conversations, repetitive small talk, and the absence of shared values or interests can make these occasions feel hollow. As a result, many people leave these gatherings feeling emotionally depleted rather than rejuvenated. Participating in gatherings devoid of meaningful connection can have a profound impact on our emotional well-being. Here are some common effects. 1. Feeling drained. Engaging in surface-level interactions can be exhausting, especially for individuals who thrive on deeper, more authentic exchanges. 2. Loss of time. Time spent at events that lack personal significance could be better utilized for activities that bring joy or fulfillment. 3. Increased stress. The pressure to attend such gatherings combined with the effort to make conversation or meet expectations can lead to unnecessary stress. 4. Sense of isolation. Ironically, being in a crowd where you feel disconnected can amplify feelings of loneliness and isolation. Consider the story of a retired professional, Mr. Allen. For years, Allen would accept every invitation he received, attending parties hosted by distant acquaintances, or attending neighborhood events out of a sense of duty. Each time, he would return home feeling a sense of emptiness, as though the evening had been spent merely going through the motions. He found the lack of genuine connection disheartening. One day, Allen decided to make a change. He began politely declining invitations to events that didn't resonate with him, and used that time to volunteer at a local animal shelter instead. At the shelter, Alan discovered a community of like minded individuals who shared his love for animals and desire to make a difference. These interactions brought him a profound sense of fulfillment and connection, something he had been missing for years. Alan's story offers a powerful lesson. Our time is a finite and valuable resource, and we have the right to choose how and with whom we spend it. Here are some strategies to redefine your approach to social obligations. 1. Evaluate invitations. Before accepting an invitation, ask yourself whether the event aligns with your values or interests. Consider how it might contribute to your happiness or personal growth. 2. Learn to say no. Politely declining invitations can be liberating. It's possible to set boundaries without offending others. For example, "Thank you for inviting me, but I'm unable to attend. I hope you have a wonderful event," is a gracious way to decline. Seek authentic connections. Focus on spending time with people who truly matter to you, those who bring you joy, challenge your thinking, and support your growth. Prioritize quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. 4. Replace obligatory events with meaningful activities. Instead of attending an event out of obligation, consider alternative ways to spend your time. Volunteering, pursuing a hobby, or even enjoying solitude can be more rewarding. 5. Create your own gatherings. If you're unsatisfied with the types of social events you're invited to, consider organizing your own. Tailor gatherings to reflect your interests and values, whether it's a book club, hiking group, or dinner party with close friends. From a broader perspective, obligatory gatherings often arise from societal norms that emphasize maintaining appearances or fulfilling traditional expectations. For example, large family reunions, corporate networking events, or community fundraisers are often seen as essential markers of social participation. While these occasions can sometimes be meaningful, they frequently fall short of fostering genuine human connection. As societies evolve, there's a growing recognition of the need for more intentional interactions. The rise of movements such as minimalism and mindfulness underscores the value of curating not just our material possessions, but also our social lives. By choosing meaningful connections over superficial ones, we contribute to a culture that prioritizes depth and authenticity. Transitioning away from attending obligatory gatherings can be challenging, especially if you fear judgment or backlash. However, with practice and clarity, it becomes easier. Here's how you can start. 1. Reflect on past experiences. Identify gatherings that left you feeling unfulfilled and note the common factors. Use this insight to make more informed decisions in the future. 2. Communicate your intentions. Be honest with friends and family about your desire to prioritize meaningful interactions. Most people will respect your choices if you explain them thoughtfully. 3. Balance obligations with autonomy. While it's important to honor certain commitments, ensure that they don't overshadow your personal needs and desires. 4. Develop a support network. Surround yourself with people who share your values and respect your boundaries. Having a supportive community can make it easier to navigate social expectations. Time is one of the most precious resources we have, and it's finite. Investing it wisely means prioritizing relationships and activities that bring joy, fulfillment, and growth. By choosing to attend events that align with your values and nurture meaningful connections, you not only enrich your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. The next time you're faced with an invitation to an obligatory gathering, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, does this event truly matter to me? Will it bring joy or value to my life? If the answer is no, consider politely declining and using that time to engage in something more meaningful. Remember, it's not about rejecting others, but about honoring yourself and your well-being. In a world filled with endless distractions and demands, reclaiming your time and focusing on what truly matters can be a transformative act. Just as Alan found deeper connections and purpose by choosing wisely, so can you. By prioritizing meaningful interactions over obligatory gatherings, you create a life filled with genuine joy, purpose, and connection. Number 8, events that disregard your boundaries. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define our personal comfort, values, and limits. They serve as the foundation for healthy relationships and emotional well-being. Events or situations that disregard your boundaries can be draining and harmful, leading to feelings of frustration, resentment, and even a diminished sense of self worth. Understanding how to identify and address these situations is critical, especially as we navigate different phases of life. Boundaries act as a safeguard, protecting our emotional, physical, and mental health. They allow us to maintain our individuality while fostering respectful interactions with others. However, when boundaries are ignored or disrespected, the balance shifts, often leaving us feeling vulnerable or disempowered. Consider the example of an elderly woman who joined a neighborhood club to socialize and engage with her community. She hoped for a supportive environment, but soon realized that the group frequently disregarded her preferences. Discussions often spiraled into contentious debates that made her uncomfortable. Despite her efforts to redirect conversations or express her discomfort, her boundaries were repeatedly ignored. Ultimately, she chose to leave the group and joined a gardening club instead, where her boundaries were respected and she felt valued. This example highlights a critical point. Prioritizing your well being sometimes means stepping away from situations that compromise your comfort and seeking out environments that honor your boundaries. Boundaries can be overlooked in various contexts, and recognizing these scenarios is the first step in addressing them. Here are some common examples. 1. Workplace pressures. In professional settings, employees often face situations where their boundaries are tested. This might include being asked to work overtime without adequate compensation, handling tasks outside their job description, or enduring a toxic work culture where personal space or opinions are not respected. Over time, these violations can lead to burnout and decreased job satisfaction. 2. Family expectations. Family dynamics can be complex, with some members imposing their expectations or opinions on others. For instance, adult children might pressure their elderly parents to participate in activities they are not comfortable with, such as large family gatherings or strenuous trips. Alternatively, parents might impose their aspirations on their children, ignoring their individual interests and goals. 3. Social gatherings. Social events like parties or club meetings can also be a breeding ground for boundary violations. People may feel obligated to engage in conversations or activities they find uncomfortable, such as discussing sensitive topics or participating in games they dislike. In extreme cases, peer pressure might push individuals to compromise their values or preferences. 4. Romantic relationships. Healthy relationships require mutual respect and understanding. However, when one partner disregards the other's boundaries, be it through persistent demands, lack of communication, or controlling behavior, it can constrain the relationship and erode trust. 5. Community involvement. Engaging in community activities is often fulfilling, but not all groups prioritize respect for individual boundaries. Leaders or members might push their agendas, dismiss differing opinions, or create an environment where certain individuals feel marginalized. Violating situations minimizes stress and promotes emotional balance. Greater autonomy. Maintaining boundaries empowers you to make decisions that align with your values and goals. Protecting your boundaries is not just about avoiding discomfort, it's about honoring your values, well-being, and individuality. Whether in personal relationships, professional settings, or community engagements, respecting and enforcing boundaries is essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, prioritizing your comfort and well-being is not selfish. It is a necessary step toward living authentically and harmoniously. By recognizing situations that disregard your boundaries and taking proactive measures, you can create a life that truly respects and supports your needs. Life in our later years is akin to a canvas, waiting to be filled with meaningful and colorful experiences. Each moment, each choice becomes a brushstroke, contributing to the bigger picture of fulfillment and contentment. Yet, it is often the simplest acts of choosing where to go, whom to meet, and what to embrace, that hold the power to shape our inner peace. By consciously stepping away from gatherings or situations that drain your spirit, you create space for opportunities that enrich and uplift your soul. One of life's profound lessons is the art of discernment, learning to distinguish between gatherings that feed your soul and those that drain it. Imagine attending a gathering filled with warmth, positivity, and shared laughter. Now, compare that to one rife with gossip, negativity, or unspoken tensions. The difference is palpable, isn't it? The former leaves you feeling light and invigorated, while the latter burdens your mind and heart. Choosing the former is not selfish, it is self care. The importance of protecting your peace cannot be overstated. Peace is the foundation upon which we build happiness, health, and meaningful relationships. It is a fragile yet resilient part of our being, one that requires conscious nurturing. When you prioritize peace, you are making a profound statement. My well being matters. Stepping away from gatherings that compromise your peace is not always easy. There may be societal expectations, familial obligations, or even a sense of guilt that ties you to these events. However, choosing to decline an invitation is an act of empowerment. It signals that you respect your time and emotional energy. Over time, these small acts of self respect accumulate, fostering a deeper sense of self worth and inner tranquility. Consider the case of a retired teacher who chose to decline a reunion with former colleagues. Instead, she spent the evening volunteering at a community center, mentoring young students. The joy and fulfillment she experienced outweighed any fleeting sense of obligation to attend the reunion. By choosing a gathering that aligned with her values and interests, she not only protected her peace, but also contributed meaningfully to others. Another example is a man in his 60s who decided to skip a neighborhood party notorious for gossip and petty disputes. Instead, he organized a quiet dinner with close friends who shared his passion for classical music. The evening was filled with stimulating conversations and harmonious melodies, leaving him feeling enriched and inspired. These examples highlight a common theme. The gatherings we choose should resonate with our values and nourish our souls. When we prioritize meaningful connections over superficial interactions, we create a life filled with purpose and joy. Reflection is a powerful tool for making mindful choices. Take a moment to think about the gatherings you've attended in the past month. Which ones left you feeling uplifted? Which ones drained you? What was the common factor in each experience? By identifying these patterns, you can make informed decisions about where to invest your time and energy in the future. Journaling can be an effective way to reflect on your experiences. Write down your thoughts after each gathering, noting what you enjoyed and what you didn't. Over time, these entries will reveal valuable insights about the types of interactions and environments that support your well-being. Imagine how much lighter life could feel if every gathering you attended uplifted your soul. Picture yourself surrounded by positivity, love, and genuine connections. How would this shift impact your daily life? Perhaps you would feel more energized, more creative, or more at peace. The beauty of this vision is that it is achievable, one mindful choice at a time. Creating this lighter life involves setting boundaries and learning to say no. It may feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're accustomed to prioritizing others' expectations over your own needs. However, with practice, you'll find that saying no to draining gatherings allows you to say yes to enriching experiences. Each no becomes a stepping stone toward a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Practical tips for choosing mindfully. 1. Listen to your intuition. Before accepting an invitation, take a moment to check in with yourself. Does the idea of attending fill you with excitement or dread? Your intuition often knows the answer before your mind does. 2. Set clear priorities. Determine what matters most to you. Is it spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying solitude? Use these priorities as a guide for making decisions. 3. Practice graceful declines. Learn to say no with kindness and confidence. Phrases like, "Thank you for inviting me, but I'll have to pass this time," can help you decline without feeling guilty. 4. Schedule enriching activities. Fill your calendar with activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. This not only enriches your life, but also makes it easier to decline less meaningful invitations. 5. Reflect and adjust. Regularly assess how your choices impact your peace and well-being. If you find that a certain type of gathering consistently leaves you feeling drained, consider stepping away from similar events in the future. Surrounding yourself with positivity is a gift you give to yourself. Seek out gatherings that celebrate kindness, creativity, and connection. Whether it's a book club, a meditation group, or a dinner with close friends, choose environments that uplift and inspire you. Remember, positivity is contagious. When you bring your best self to a gathering, you inspire others to do the same. Over time, you may find that your choices not only enhance your life, but also create a ripple effect, encouraging others to prioritize their peace as well. The lessons here are simple yet profound. Not every gathering deserves your presence. As we age, the gatherings we choose should align with our values, nourish our souls, and respect our well being. Life is too precious to be spent in environments that compromise our peace. Take time to reflect on where you invest your energy. Ask yourself, does this gathering uplift me? Does it align with my values? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to decline. By doing so, you create space for opportunities that truly matter. Before you go, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced gatherings that you chose to avoid for your peace? Your story could inspire someone else to make a mindful choice. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Buddhist Mindfulness for more wisdom-filled content. Until next time, may your journey be filled with peace, positivity, and mindfulness.